Hi, and welcome to Kayne's Top 5 Under 5, the 5 most important stories in cybersecurity for August 2024. The summer's been quite hectic. Our first story is about CrowdStrike's recent security update failure, which caused major disruptions. There's now talk of refunds, contractual negotiations, and lawsuits. CrowdStrike's terms limit liability for refunds to its Falcon security software, covering only the fees paid, regardless of any damage or lost revenue. Large organizations like airlines and hospital chains may have negotiated different terms with CrowdStrike, potentially including higher liability provisions. Most affected companies will turn to cyber insurance, though many policies only cover malicious events like hacking. To claim business interruption coverage, policies must have broad language that includes non-malicious events like system failures. This incident may result in litigation over insurance policy interpretations and coverage. In the UK and Europe, CrowdStrike might be liable under the GDPR for the outage, potentially classified as a personal data breach. It remains uncertain if organizations must report the outage as a GDPR breach, since CrowdStrike was a third-party supplier. The liability may not apply directly to CrowdStrike, but it could impact the organizations relying on its services. Something else to keep in mind is that publicly traded companies may need to disclose basic ITGC weaknesses in their next 10K and 10Q, as they cannot validate software updates to EDR solutions like CrowdStrike, which could lead to material losses, as we saw last week. Staying on CrowdStrike, our second story is speculation about whether the Cyber Safety Review Board will investigate CrowdStrike. The Department of Homeland Security has not confirmed a review, but CrowdStrike has expressed willingness to cooperate. Former CSRB members and security experts support an investigation. Chris Inglis, former National Cyber Director, compares the incident to the SolarWinds hack, emphasizing the need for accountability. Katie Masouris, a former CSRB member, suggests examining CrowdStrike's technical flaws and company culture. National Cyber Director Jana Renan says that the incident highlights the importance of memory safety in software. CrowdStrike's Falcon software, written in C and C++, lacks memory-safe coding, which contributed to the outage. Our third story is about the California Privacy Protection Agency Board, which met to discuss new regulations on risk assessments, cybersecurity audits, and updates to its current rules, and released a draft initial statement of reasons and a preliminary economic assessment with first-year costs estimated over $2 billion. The regulations include mandatory annual cybersecurity audits for businesses with significant data processing risks, costing between $40,000 and $363,000 a year, and are probably the most stringent audits I've seen outside of FedRAMP. Risk assessments are required for businesses processing personal information, with costs depending on size and complexity. The CPPA will finalize a regulatory impact assessment and open a 45-day public comment period, though the start date is not yet set. Our fourth story is the financial industry's response to the Cyber Incident Reporting for Critical Infrastructure Act of 2022. 13 comment letters reveal key themes about how firms report cybersecurity incidents. Many institutions find the definition of a substantial cyber incident too broad. They worry this could lead to high reporting costs for low-risk events. The Payments Leadership Council suggests focusing on high-risk incidents. There's a call for harmonizing reporting standards. The Clearinghouse and the National Association of State Credit Union Supervisors emphasize consistent definitions and reducing duplicative reporting burdens. The focus should be on incidents affecting critical operations. The Institute of International Finance suggests limiting the definition to incidents impacting critical services, and protecting the confidentiality and integrity of reported information is crucial. Finally, our fifth story is about the judge's decision in the SEC's fraud charges against SolarWinds. This decision impacts the SEC's efforts to enforce stricter controls on corporate cybersecurity practices. District Court Paul Engelmeyer dismissed claims that SolarWinds didn't adequately disclose the Sunburst attack discovered in 2020. Engelmeyer also dismissed charges that SolarWinds misled investors in its IPO registration documents and 8K filings. Engelmeyer stated that the claims do not plausibly show deficiencies in SolarWinds' reporting of the cyber attack. The judge maintained one fraud claim about a pre-Sunburst statement on Orion Security. Engelmeyer emphasized that anti-fraud laws do not require highly specific warnings, as this could provide attackers with exploitable information. He noted, SolarWinds acknowledged it cannot prevent every attack and disclose the likelihood of such incidents. I'll be watching to see how the remaining claim plays out. Thanks for watching today, and if you'll be at ISOC or GRC or Black Hat this year, DM me on LinkedIn. We might be able to get together.